Welcome to my tiny house in the forest. Come on in. It's a 340 square foot house in the Western Catskills in upstate New York in a beautiful, beautiful forest in the mountains. But really it's 250 because part of it has a separate entrance and it is my partner's office. So I don't really get to spend any time there. Let me show you our living part that serves as our living room, my office, and our bedroom. We're in the process of expanding possibly and making the space more functional, but this is how we've been living for the last 4.5 months. And we have a backyard of 12 acres. So anytime we feel like we need some space to breathe, just walk out over there, run up the hill, chase the deer, forage berries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. We had it all. Plus I have a garden. At the entrance here we have some plants and some crystals. This is a Herkimer diamond, the Eric Mind. This is a rose quartz. We call it our tiny crystal cabin because we have lots of crystals around the house. We moved from a luxurious 1,000 square foot apartment in New York City to a tiny cabin upstate. You want a tour? Let's go in. This is my office nook. This is where I work from because I'm a digital nomad. I can work from anywhere. And I have this really cool bouncy chair that changes everything and helps me keep working out as I'm sitting. So this is my little office area where I keep my supplies and journals and books and things like that, and a box of CBD oils. I have some flowers here and crystals. Here I've got this amethyst troll. I ordered him from Australia on Etsy. I have a pyrite skull here because pyrite crystal symbolizes abundance and prosperity. Plenty of plants. This is my little altar area where I keep crystal artwork that my partner Eric made, some incense candles, and essential oil diffuser and other things that I love. Up there are my books, and in this corner we have some rose quartz that supports healthy relationships as well as self-love. Because this is where we sleep, where we cuddle. That's why we keep a rose quartz in that corner over there. Okay, so the reason why this takes up so much space now, because we put our mattress on top of a futon because we have nowhere to store the mattress. Otherwise, this would be way smaller. Now, all of our clothing, absolutely everything we own, is in this wardrobe that was already here when we purchased the house, and as well as hanging storage in this little wardrobe in the corner with some more plants on top. And this is where we keep our shoes. Little shoe shelf from HomeGoods, full-length mirror. It reflects the light from the window over there, so it actually helps create a sense of a bigger space. Out of everything we have bought for the house to upgrade it to create more space, besides throwing away a lot of things, I would say what made the most difference is our lights. We invested into Hue lights, so we have this lamp and this strip right here, both controlled from the phone. You can control both of them at the same time. Let me show you. So for example, when it's daytime, like right now, I want it to be bright, I want it to be energizing. It actually, since we got them, I feel like I'm more productive and I can work for longer and I get more done. And then once I want to start winding down, tell my body to start relaxing, I usually turn on the red lamp. And that just signals your body that it's time to wind down. It's a really healthy way to upgrade your evening routine. And then it can be purple for dance parties and yellow and green and blue, whatever you want. Cool, right? And that's all controlled right here from my phone. This is another altar area where I have my John of God healing quartz, my perfume, some money. Most of this money I found on the street. I always pick up coins because I believe that it helps you open up the channels of receiving more abundance. And this is a selenite for cleansing. So when I come in and I've had a rough day or something's going on, I just kind of use this as a wand to cleanse my energy. You can use it interchangeably with incense, like sage. Alright, so our kitchen, it is small but mighty. The guy who sold us this house, he was a custom cabinet maker. Any cabinets we have around the house are just top notch. Let's go into the kitchen. Even though our Brooklyn kitchen was way bigger, I feel like this one could be even more functional. And I love the hardwood floors here. Whether you live in a small apartment in the city, maybe it's a studio, or in a tiny home, or maybe you're considering minimizing and moving into a smaller space, I hope that some of the tips I share along the way as I'm walking you through our house will help you, because I've done hours and hours of research how to maximize this space, and it's really worked. I really feel like we've created a nice flow, a nice chi that's flowing throughout the whole house, and it's all because of these little hacks, small purchases that make a big difference. So watch on. Okay, so here's the kitchen. Here's where the magic happens. This is what we call our cafe window, because I often make food right here, and then I open it up and I pass the food down to any guests that we have through there. This is our little compost bin, remainder pancakes from breakfast. Gas range makes such a big difference. It's so sexy. And then this was already here. We had these lights installed. They're making a weird sensation on the screen, but it looks totally normal in real life. So there's under the cabinet lights that make a huge difference, especially because this room does not get a ton of light. We're actually thinking of getting a skylight right there. So this is our ProPure filter. I love it. This is a pot that Eric actually made when he was taking pottery classes, and a cactus that once I moved here, he actually started growing for the first time in years. I love this dish rack. I got it at TJ Maxx. It's expandable. You can drain the water from it. This is where I keep my storage containers, bottles, our soda stream, blender, and napkins, because we try to reduce our usage of paper towels. Dyson, my big love. Absolutely love Dyson. One of the best investments ever made. What else made a big difference here is actually having this in the sink, so that whenever there's dirt that's, you know, being washed off the dishes, all the other dishes don't pick up the dirt. This is life-changing. Then we have this fancy trash can with 2 compartments. One of the best investments as well, because it holds recycling and trash and doesn't need to take up a lot of space. This is where I keep all my superfoods and things like that. Oh wow, it feels like it's overflowing. Supplements, nut butters, things that I use daily, so superfoods that I want to have extra handy right here, as well as vegetables so that I remember to use them. And then my Vitamix and air fryer. Having an air fryer, a grill that's right there behind me, and a good gas range makes such a difference that I don't ever feel like I'm missing out on an oven. Except for when I have thoughts of making sourdough, but I probably wouldn't be making anyway. This is our fridge. It's a smaller fridge with a smaller freezer, so we really had to learn how to minimize what we have. Because we have a garden, we have lots of people giving us their produce. We really just started buying way less food and working with what we have. And because we're leaving for a big nomadic trip for 6 months, I've also been looking at what we have in our pantry and planning out meals around that, so that we use up as much as possible out of what we already have. Here's another brilliant small space hack. I got this magnetic rack on Amazon. I'm gonna link to it in the comments, and it holds so many things without taking up space, as well as these little clips for extra spices. The door opens up right here, and then you don't even see it. So it's this brilliant way to store spices, have them be handy, and not take up space or visually clunk up the space. This towel rack is the same concept. It's also magnetic. It works perfectly. It's a very strong magnet. If you want to get a list of these tips that I'm mentioning in this video straight to your inbox, where you can click all the links and buy anything from there that I'm mentioning, then just go and subscribe to my email list under this video. I'm happy to send it to you. Let's go to the bathroom. The bathroom is the place in the house that I thought I would change up first. I wanted to take out the whole shower box, change it with a fancier one, but then we were like, let's just live here exactly the way it is, feel into what we want to do, what we don't want to do, whether we want to stay here at all, build another house, explore all the options. So we left it as is. Here we go. This is our shower. This mirror was already here. This one Eric installed, and it was not easy because it's a corner one. It holds a lot of things. If you want a separate tour of my beauty product, please let me know in comments. I would love to make one for you. Here we have our incense, more selenite. This is Eric's office from the bathroom right there. He needs to go back. This is a very skinny storage unit on wheels that I found on Amazon. It works really, really well for small spaces. And there's also some storage in the back that you can't see, plus these 2 baskets for everyday necessities. And then this marble piece I picked up at TJ Maxx, I believe. Super sleek. So this is another hack for a small space. It's choosing as many white pieces of furniture and decoration as possible, because it really visually helps you expand the space. I'm gonna walk out here. The weather's so nice. and just show you a couple more things around the house to give you an idea of what it looks like. So this is our patio where we usually eat our meals and grill our foods. This is our chill out area. The other chairs at the fire pit. And this is the rock where we'll have to hang out, drink cacao. Over there we have a shed. This is our garden. We have some tomatoes that can be picked. And then these edible flowers that I absolutely adore. Nasturtium flowers. It's sweet and peppery. So delicious. This concludes our tour of the tiny crystal cabin. If you're into this video and you want to see more, subscribe to this channel.
Look at our beautiful fall house. You know, there's that show, Full House? This is called Fall House.